Serenity K Network.
Everyone out there, additionally fans that's on that has joined us, and anyone out there in our network, I am super excited. And when I say I'm super excited, this one I'm really excited. I get excited because I mirror like everything that this young lady has been doing, and I'm in awe of her. I'm looking at her and I'm like, wow, I want to be like her someday. So I am here. Welcome to Level Up with Katina, and I have a wonderful guest on my show. And this young lady goes by the name of Ny'a. Ny'a, welcome to Level Up with Katina.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much
We're
for.
going to get started with questions for Ny'a, just for one phenomenal leader in this industry. And so, Ny'a, welcome to Level Up with Katina. I'm super excited to have you here. And so, I'm going to start off with you have a prestigious background, unbelievable. And so, what I'm looking for is what we're going to start from the beginning of your journey. Like, start us from the very beginning of what made you move into this direction.
Um, I'm going to be honest with you. My husband. Not at the
Really?
time. Yeah, no, it was my husband. I never was one of them. A lot of artists say, I grew up in the choir. I was in church. Um, I sang in the choir. I was in the orchestra. I did a lot of different things. I played
Yeah.
in the symphony orchestra. I played. I acted in some of the plays. So I was all over the place when I was younger.
Yeah.
Wasn't until like I went to college and then I started doing talent shows, and that's when I met him. And he was like, you should take this more seriously. And I was like, I'm just having fun. Like I'm a fun person. I like to have fun.
Yeah.
My mother always taught me to always dive into all the gifts that God gave you. I used to write a lot when I was younger. Write
Yeah.
poetry, write songs. So I was kind of like a jack of all trades. I'd be calling myself trying to play a little bit of songs on the piano, and so when he met me, he was like, you're really creative. You really should take this more seriously. And I was like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. So he was the one that really influenced me to like really take a deep dive and take a chance in the music industry. I didn't know much about it. I know I like music. My mother, she raised us on straight up R&B, Otis Redding, Sam Cooke, all the old greats that, a lot of the kids now don't know about. But we sampled them a lot. So I was always into music. I just didn't think like, oh yeah, no, one day I'm gonna grow up and be a recording artist. Like that wasn't where my head was at. I loved basketball, so I was really into basketball. Like I was like, I'm gonna play ball. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna get a scholarship. So my focus at that time was on basketball, and I kind of like sang on the side, if that makes sense. So
Wow.
he finally was like, okay, I'm gonna get you in the studio. I was like, you got an ulterior motive. I don't know what's going on with you. But he started it all. I have to give him all the credit because I always say he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself when it came to music.
Oh,
And he brought it all out of me when we first met and we were friends. And he was my manager, and he was he was young and aggressive and making moves and just doing everything that you're
yeah.
supposed to do. And then to top it off, I got books. Back in the day they had books. There was no internet.
You're like the
So
big,
I had an almanac full of
yeah.
music information, and I was reading through it because I don't want to get ripped off. Like I want to know what I'm doing. I want to
Right.
know my splits, my percentages. I want to know what as an artist. Just because I'm an artist doesn't mean I'm not supposed to know the business. And just so happens we formed our own record label, which means that
Wow.
so he's the president, I'm the vice president. So I have to know the business. I have to know like these points are this and this is that. And so I did a lot of studying on just the business of music. And as the independent company, he got a major distribution deal with Ichiban Records, which is
Wow.
very unusual for a very independent artist and
Yeah.
company to do because that was across the board back in late 1990s, I want to say. And that started it all. My first album, Embrace, it was gold, and it had I did two remixes for my mom. I did Sam Cooke, Change Gonna Come, and I
Oh,
did
wow.
Betty Wright's
Yeah.
Tonight Is the Night. That was for my mom. And then we just had a bunch
Wow.
of music. I had some videos on BET and MTV, and I was churning. I was getting it. It
So
was
you,
good. I was getting it. I can't lie, I was
Right.
on. Like I did the Coors Light tour, opened up for Horace Brown. I was on Teen Summit. I found the footage on that. I'm so happy. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys remember Teen Summit when it was out. I did a
Yes.
live performance on there with Deborah Cox. I mean, I've just been on this great journey. So that's really where it did start. It was my husband. I will get, like, he gives me a lot of credit for the stuff I do, but he really started the serious nature of the business for me.
So he knew. So he knew you were telling. He knew. I mean, like he knew when you was like, I'm just going to pillow around with this, and he
Yeah.
actually knew it.
He's like, no, you come on. Let me take you on this journey.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool.
Wow, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. My co-host Rick, who is the original founding member of Public Announcement, is actually
Oh, okay.
on Zoom, but he's not
Oh,
aware that the Zoom is not like working very well. So I'm asking Rick for you to join Instagram, request to join in through Instagram Live, because the Zoom is not doing this thing. So I
yeah.
apologize in advance for
We
it.
make moves. We make moves.
Yeah,
Like
we
life
gotta
just
make it happen. We gotta make it happen. But you know, I think the biggest thing, and like I said, you mirror what like everything that I'm continuing to grow to do, and
okay.
it's just amazing and phenomenal. Like the things, like your husband saw it before, like you were
Yeah.
just I'm
Yeah,
just
I
gonna
really was.
pillow.
I can't lie. Yeah. Yeah. He was
Wow,
like, no, you come on, let's go. And literally we were friends. I had met him when I was playing ball, actually. I was
what?
so yeah, it was I can't make that stuff up. He's like, let's go, let's see what we can do. So not
Wow.
only that, we've been married for 33 years on top of that. So,
Congratulations.
yeah,
Now
blessings are great.
I had the opportunity to
Yeah.
actually interview your husband. I'm gonna tell you, you guys, fans out here, when I tell you
Yeah.
this couple is a powerhouse, I'm telling you guys. And if you haven't LinkedIn to look at their bios, their history, their social medias, their Spotify, I'm telling you, if you want to learn something today, you're gonna learn. So you might want to get on here and actually follow this couple because they're amazing. You know, and you can grow from that. They got so much going on with books and, you know, Ny'a, with you just inspiring people. Like you do a lot of other things that we're going to touch into. And
Yeah.
so we talked about like the music side of the world. Man, when we talk about, so I'm going to go back a minute for the audience because we flipped over to Instagram, but I'm going to reread some of Naya's
Okay.
bio. So actually the people on live can actually hear this bio. All right.
Okay.
So Ny'a is an accomplished recording artist, educator, motivational speaker, and community leader whose influence spans music, athletics, and youth empowerment. Known for her dynamic presence and commitment to inspiring others, Ny'a has built a remarkable career rooted in excellence, leadership, and service. In the music industry, Ny'a has achieved extraordinary success with 23 number one hit songs world. Now, if you ain't gonna learn something today, I don't know what's going on here. And their one hit songs, platinum and gold selling recognition and prestigious honors, including the 2024 Global Legend Award and induction into the 2025 Museboat Hall of Fame. She also has been Grammy considered and continues to captivate audience with music that uplifts, motivates, and inspires. Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
That's this young lady that we have on this stage here, you guys, on this platform. So Ny'a, tell us a little bit about the process. So your husband knew you kind of dabbled in and you said, okay, let's do this thing.
Right. Yes.
What made you decide, like, okay, we can do this? And then you came out with 23.
It's been a
Like,
journey. Like you said, it's definitely been a journey. I've been from CDs and cause I found one of my old cassette tapes. I did a song with Chub Rock back in what was it, 96, somewhere in there. So I found that
yeah,
cassette. So I've been from cassette tapes to CDs to now we're in the digital world, and I'm still churning. And it hasn't always been easy. The industry can be quite cruel if you don't know what you're doing, and so
th-
that's why I said you
absolutely.
have to make sure you can't just sing. Like you gotta kind of know what's going on. But
Wow.
I think we've been good for each other. He looks out for me. I trust him, obviously,
Yeah,
and we don't. What we've always done is we don't just do anything. Like, and it's not being arrogant. It's not. It's just like you can't throw money at me personally as an artist and be
that's
like,
right.
okay, we got the show here. No, I need to know all the X's and O's. I need to know what's going on. I need to know where, when, what, who are you connected to. I like dive deep, and if I don't think it's a good fit for me as an artist, then I'm gracefully bowing out. Some might
That's
take
right.
that the wrong way, but that's how I've sustained. Listen, I've been to the point, like I said, I've been on BET, I've been on MTV, and I've been to the point where I'm now, where I'm just chilling, doing what I love to do, and doing it my way. So,
Wow. Wow. And that's the best advice that you could do. And we have actually Rick Webster here, aka Lux, on the screen here. I see him. Yeah, he's over there in there. So Rick, this is Ny'a. This is the young lady. Wow. That I was telling you about. That is extraordinary. Extraordinary.
It is very nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Wow. And so when we look at the music side, so I'm going to switch this because she does so many things, you guys, until we're going to switch again. And so when we talk about the music and the industry, and you've been there and you've done all that, you've got #1 hits, Grammy-considered, all of that. So
Right.
when we switch over, now we're talking about collegiate. Now, please share with us your collegiate side of the
It's
world.
okay. So I downplay that because I love basketball. I've been coaching basketball for as long as I've been singing, but I've been playing basketball before I was singing. You know, so I love the sport of basketball, and that's pretty. It's just that simple. I played at junior college, which I'm an advocate of because that's where I coach now. I coach at a 2-year school, but I've been on every level as a coach because I feel like young ladies we can do the same thing going in different places.
Yeah.
So I was a Hall of Famer at my junior college, All-American. Went to a smaller Division III school because of other circumstances in my life that was happening, and I don't regret it. It is what it is. Had a tryout for this goes to show you how old I am, for the Detroit Shock, which was one of the WNBA teams back
Oh,
then, and got a contract. I was like, I wasn't really
wow.
expecting it, so
Yeah.
it forced me to make a choice. So I had just gotten married. I just had my youngest son. I just started in the music industry, so I can't do everything. Listen, I'm Superwoman, but I ain't that Superwoman. So I had to make a choice. Like, okay, what is it that you're going to do? Are you going to go put your eggs in, go move to Detroit, leave your family, or are you just going to be like, you know what, you good? You've done what you said you was going to do. You got your contract, and just go ahead and do what you're going to do as far as coaching and music. And so that's what I decided to do. So I think for my advice to everybody, like, do what you want to do, but at some point you are going to have to make a choice. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everything is so big and profound.
Yeah.
You can't do everything. Listen, we will kill ourselves trying to do
We'll
everything.
kill ourselves.
There's a lot of people out there talking about, yeah, I'm grinding this out, but you ain't getting no sleep. Your health is bad and all this other stuff. So you got to pick and choose the things that are good for you, authentically good for you, and feed your soul. But you also have to have some sense of like, I ain't going over there just to get some money, so I'm gonna go over here, go over there, go over here, go over here. And so I don't operate in that space, and I think that has allowed me to be where I am now.
That's amazing. And Ny'a, that is so true because, like example, I know Rick does a lot of things. I know I do a lot of things, but
Right.
like you said, when you decide, like, is it the music? Is it, the whatever, education, whatever it may be, you got to be able to kind of divide like, hey, I got to pick one, and then,
Right.
all that other stuff, I can wait. And then when it's time for me to pick that up, that's what it
Pick it
is.
up.
And it's that time, that
Absolutely.
organizational skill. And so I totally agree with that. And so when you look at music and when you look at the college, the college, and you're still coaching, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm
What do you tell like your players? Like, what do you tell them as like a role model? Like if they come to you and say, Ny'a, gosh, you do so much and I want to be like you, but I'm not that great and I'm not that good. You get people like that. You get students that look up to people. And so when they're not as good or great,
There's
then it's
something
kind of
else
like,
for you.
yeah, it
There's
is.
something else for you, and that's what everybody has to be realistic.
Yeah.
I'm very upfront. I'm never going to lie to my players. You ask me a question, you're going to get an answer. You might not like it, but you're going to get an answer. And I feel like God has blessed us with all gifts. We all have our gifts.
Yeah.
And so on the levels that I have been on, like at Caldwell College, to Division II level, NCAA, we went to the Nationals as a coach. So that's a different level. So like, scholarship, that's academic money. And so, yeah, you gotta be able to play ball. Like you can't act like you just coming to play intramural basketball. That's not
right.
This is not for you. But if you want to be our manager, you're a good personality, there's always a place. In other words, there's always a place for someone. You don't just kick a person to the curb, especially
That's
a young
right.
lady, especially in these day and ages when things are so hard. People are so judgmental about who they are, what they look like, and all this other stuff. So I will
Yeah.
always find a place for you, but I'm also never going to be dishonest to you and tell you, oh, yeah, you can do this. No, this is not your level.
Yeah.
But you can do
Wow.
this, and this.
Now, do you find, with that honesty, and a lot of times people, I look at it like this, same boat, they respect that tough love. Sometimes you get pieces where they say what you think they should hear. Oh, you're going to be great. You're fine. You're going to do this. And, what do you gain from that? Because you're not really helping them. And so by you being that person, of that, honesty,
Right.
they respect that. That goes a long way. And I know they appreciate that. So,
Right.
everything that you left all is just phenomenal. I mean, it's just amazing. Wow. Rick, do you have anything for Miss Ny'a?
I do have a question.
Sure.
Given all of the accolades that you've achieved, whether you set out to do it purposely or not,
Mm-hmm.
if you had to choose one specific thing to do moving forward,
Okay.
out of all the things that you know, what would you do? And you'd have to let everything else go. There'd only be one thing you could do. What would you do?
Sleep. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll take it.
That's at the top of my list, but okay, honestly, let's see. I had taken a break from singing for a while because the industry got a little bit too much back in the day, and I was like,
Yeah.
y'all toying me around like this. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
But then I missed it, and that's a hard one. It is because I also enjoy mentoring the young ladies that I coach.
Yeah.
I love implementing life in basketball. But I'll give you an answer. I would say singing. Only because it's broken me off so many different places that I never thought that I would be. In different avenues. Like some artists, they have to learn, like, you sing, but there's other things that you can facilitate out of your career. And that's what I'm starting to learn now. And so I am mentoring young kids now because of my music. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of like still coaching them. So I would say it would be, I would stick with the music. There you go. See,
Wow. Wow.
Good.
We got there. It took a little bit, but we got there.
It took a while.
We got there. Wow. Okay. I would have, I don't know. I would have, I knew you probably would have said those two, but I would have went for the collegiate. I would have.
No.
No, music.
It gets a little stressful. It gets not in a bad way, but I feel like I said, music gives me more avenues to operate.
Yeah. Wow. So let's talk about that for a minute. So you've been in the industry for a long time with the music. And so what would you give our audiences? Like, of course, Rick is an artist, I'm an artist, the fans, that's watching and whoever. Like, what advice would you give them as far as that? This industry is it's something else.
Man, listen. All right. So I have a different take on it, especially when it comes to women. If I had to have a daughter, I would tell her, don't ever get in this industry right now.
Oops.
There you go. Not cookie cutting it at all.
That's my mom. That's the mom in me. Like, I know what I know, right? And
right.
So, but ultimately, I would tell her, if that's what she wanted to do, then we're going to do this. We're going to learn this. We're going to learn the business. You're going to know what you're worth. You're not going to let anybody dictate what you wear, how you look, and all these, and sell yourself short of your actual talent. So I think for women, it's so much different and harder on us because we have to look a certain way. I was telling my husband, I said, men go out on a show, they got some raggy behind jeans on, a t-shirt, some boots, some, baggy pants, some drink, blunt,
skinny jeans,
and they just do whatever they do. If we come out looking like that, they're going to say, what's wrong with Ny'a? Oh my gosh, she look horrible. What's wrong with why? Because we do it when we see other artists looking a little,
That's right. That's right.
So we have a certain standard. Women, unfortunately, it's more sex appeal than it is talent.
Yeah.
Like, it's It's the
Yeah.
reality of it. It really is. Like it. So when you get older, then you have to be able to facilitate something else. So now with me being older and being in the business this long, yeah, I'm still sexy. I feel like I am, but I still have to offer something else up. Like, you know what? I have to write a song that's going to touch somebody in the
That's
whole
right.
thing. Like I have to dig deeper, and I
Yeah.
love that part of me because it challenges me. I can't be writing
Yeah.
about bibbly bop and all this other stuff now. I have to.
Well,
I've always had substance in my material. Don't get me wrong, but now I'm more focused in the world and things that are happening around us, and so it's fun. It's fun
Yeah.
creating. It's fun creating.
well, let me ask you this,
Hmm.
and it's still in that subject.
Okay.
So you mentioned that how the music is today.
Yes.
It's not like you said. I think you put it. You said substance,
Yes.
music that has substance. So
Yes.
with that in mind, all the other greats that have had substance in their music, whether they wrote very cleverly or they were mysterious,
Hmm.
all of their songs were played for years on the radio with no profanity, no bleeping it out.
No,
I
nothing.
don't even think the bleep came until some time later. So my question to you is,
Hmm.
with that in mind, with you writing with substance, everyone has a passion. And I think that word is used very loosely. But if
Mhm.
you were to take passion out of it, what would you say has made music with substance last as long as it has without using the word passion, without being one who writes it yourself? What would you say has made that style of music, that love for music, what has made it last?
I think the authenticity of it.
Yes.
It's not like a Sam Cooke. You can hear that. Like you can
Right.
hear and
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
everything. He take you to a
Yes.
place where you can just be like, even if it wasn't your era, if you listen
That's
and he
Hmm.
right.
turns the daggone lights out, you be like, whoa, Lord Jesus, make you want to go to church. So there's a different
That's
presentation of what it's authentic. Like it wasn't fake. None of it. Aretha's, none of them were fake.
that's
Even
right.
Whitney sung with a certain like not
That's
passion, but
right.
she was always her. The fun, loving, whatever, energetic. She would take you on a journey.
Ernie.
And
Hmm.
see, the journey now is the same, I think, for everybody. You shoot right up there. You don't go on the storyline. You just get there. And that's the difference, I think. I think people now are starting to go back to the older groups and starting to like, yo, come on tour. Let's go.
Yes.
I want to hear that. I want to hear
That's
that.
right.
The
That's
90s
right.
R&B. I want to hear this. So because you know what? All of the songs tell you a story.
Story.
It's a
A
story.
story.
Right.
That's
And now you're
right.
just hearing the same story. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought that. Okay. That's what it is.
So do you think, so with that being said, with that question, do you think the industry, is it moving in the direction, like you can't change people's style of music or who they are, genres or whatever they want to mix.
Right.
But if you look at today and you look at the past, like what would you say? Like for me, I would say I would stick to any day. I mean, if that makes sense, because it goes back to what Rick just said and what you just said. Some people love the fast things of music, but I love
Mhm.
the authentic appeal. I love that it makes sense. It doesn't talk about certain things from, that's happening, they're eating spaghetti and it didn't come out right or something. I don't know. But that style took
Right.
you to where you felt safe. You can hear it, you
No
can feel
bleeps.
it.
No bleeps. Right.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think so. This is the problem I think we have as artists. We have control of the industry,
That's right.
but because a lot of us want to be famous, we push our control to the side to become famous. Record companies, Spotify, and nobody can exist without us because
That's right.
what you gonna do without our music? So if everybody think about it this way, if all the popular artists said, okay, I'm going indie, I'm going on Spotify, and I'm making my kind of music, which let's say it's good music,
Yeah.
what you think is going to happen? The trend will be that.
That's right.
It will be that. It will take some time. See, that's the problem. No, like we're not patient enough to kind of like move in a methodical way where we can just grind it out and be like, yo, okay, such and such came over. Oh, such and such came. Oh, no, she got a new song out. we don't have that kind of staying power for whatever that reason is. I think it is the dollar, and I hate to say that, but I think when when the record companies say, "Listen, I'm gonna sign you, I'm gonna get you 5 million viewers, and blah blah blah," and you're like, "Oh, I didn't made it." It's no different than basketball. It's no different than pro sports. But ultimately, artists have the power, but we don't retain it for long. Like Prince knew, Prince understood what it was.
Exactly.
Tamar is getting it. Like, you understand what I mean? Like you don't have to control. I don't need a record label to be successful, especially with the digital platform. The digital platform allows you to do what you want to do.
You got to get out and find it.
You are 200% correct. What I would love to add to that is the one good thing that record companies did, and that was basically the person that dealt with A&R, artist and repertoire. They made sure that your song was a hit. They made sure that the lyrical content said certain things, or else they were not going to put it out. Nowadays, whatever you think fire is, whatever you think dope is, because you can release that. That was the one good thing that record companies had.
You are
and
absolutely correct.
If people use that today, you would have a different grade of music that we would listen to.
Man.
Yeah,
you're right.
Much different.
You're so right. Like we were talking about, like you can literally make a song on the phone now. You ain't got to master
that's
it.
AI,
you ain't
Ny'a.
got to mix it. You don't have to do. Yo, that's hot. Put it out on Spotify, and you just be like, oh, okay. Now you're going through. I will never do a song that's not mastered. I'm never going to do a song that's not mixed. That's just not what I do. It might not be your taste in genre or music, but it's always going to sound professional. But everybody's a producer now. Everybody's a singer, and all you can change your voice, and it's so AI-ish type.
I've had that argument. I've had that argument with friends, and I've heard things of the nature of, well, people don't watch videos anymore, so we don't need to do a video. People don't really care about the musical content. They just care about if the track is hot, and they just want 30 seconds. They say that social media, Instagram, TikTok has ruined music, and all they need is 30 seconds, and then that's it. But I don't think, and I personally believe that AI will not get to the point where it is dominating the charts, where it's dominating concerts, because I don't see humans going to go see a robot sing a song that for centuries we've dealt with people. If that's the case, then it's the same thing they're going to do in theater. It'll be robots acting and not people.
Right, but you know what? We say that now, but there's a lot of things that's happened since that we thought would never happen. And so I wouldn't put it past our youth to make a robot concert the hottest thing ever in life.
That's true.
I can see people, not us.
I'm going to fight that.
I wouldn't go to it.
But I can see some young folks like, yo, that's hot. Yo, the A1 robot is performing my hot song. I honestly could see it happening.
I could see it happening, but not like the Commodores went out on tour, not like Michael Jackson went out on tour, not like Prince, not to that magnitude. I could see it happening. I won't take that away, but there is something about walking into a room, a space of 20,000 people, and saying hello and hearing a roar and having interaction. There is something about that is mind-blowing. It's unforgettable. It is the best thing since sliced bread, and nothing will ever take the place of that fully. You'll have tater tots, but tater tots is not steak.
I love it.
So I understand you, I hear you, and I agree, but I still believe fully that people that want steak, that love steak, they're gonna have steak when they want steak.
Yeah, you got that right.
Potato tots every now and again.
Yeah, I wouldn't go see an AI robot. But I will say this, Ny'a. I saw something just a month ago where there was a robot actually dancing to some songs.
We can't do that. I can't.
Yeah, sure did. So, like you said, it's out there, but just like Rick said, and 100%, I wouldn't go to it.
Like I hear a lot of AI songs now, and they all sound the same. Like I Like they
Every single
literally,
one of
they
them.
all sound like, I'm like, okay, that's AI. I don't even have to know. There's a certain
That's
sound
right.
to it. It's like
Yes.
it's almost like they're trying to program us out of our creativity. And I can see it. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, somebody
I
just
see it.
made a song and it's AI, but it's hot. It's #1 on the chart, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how?
It's giving people with no voice a voice. And
Yeah.
that's not being mean, it's just true. And
It's
two things from that. Not only is it doing that, but I'm just curious. You said you saw a robot dancing. Could the robot actually dance?
Yep. To a
was he
song.
doing it?
Absolutely.
No, could it dance though? That's what I'm saying. Could it actually dance well?
You know, it could until it fell, and then they had to pick it up.
You said it fell.
It fell. Yep.
See,
I don't know if you guys
that's
saw
why we
that
want
streaming.
that's why
It
we that's
fell.
why we
It
can't get
fell.
replaced.
Oh my
That's
That's the
right.
reason why you can't get replaced.
That's
See,
right.
if an artist falls, they get
Yep.
people gasp, "Are you okay?" And then they get back up. I'm
Lloyd,
good.
like
They have
Lloyd
to go
fell.
soak later. They have
Get
to go
up.
soak later, but it is what it is. So
Right.
I
Nelson
think
song.
I think the love of that is a lot more
That's
realistic and
that is.
endearing than
Yeah.
something else. Because
I agree.
robots can be taught to be sentimental. They can be taught to be loving and kind and gentle, but it's inerted us. It's what people do. It's how we are. And the more you are that, the better show you can give. The more you're that,
Yeah.
the better people feel about, because people want a feeling. They want a journey. And they get to
Yeah.
do that when they go to a concert,
That's right.
Robots don't sweat. So when someone sweats and they wipe their face with a towel and they
And
throw it to the
throw
crowd
it.
and they go bananas,
Yeah.
watch a robot do it and see what happens. They're like, well, gee, why are you sweating?
I
So
can
I
Oh
just think,
wow.
so what is scary about what you just said is that I'm only speaking about the youth now, and I'm not
Right.
diminishing them,
Yeah.
but a majority since COVID, and especially of COVID, they have
Mhm.
become devoid of feelings and
Yeah.
and one-on-one. They got the phone everywhere. They talk on these. They're doing this. They're not playing. They're not doing any of those things. So they would be the
Mhm.
one that don't care about a concert and a feeling. They want that
Instant
that
gratification.
right there, that cut right
Mm-hmm.
in the middle, where they
Yeah.
don't have to feel anything, where they don't have
That's
to be
right.
in that environment. So those are the youth that I'm
That's
speaking to.
true.
I want you to
Yeah.
You
be
know
able to
what?
be like to speak it out, talk it out, say what you
Yeah.
feel. Because if you don't have any feelings, that's our future. I always tell them, you are my
Now,
future.
I hear you, I understand that, but my fight is this,
Mm-hmm.
and I will defend this against any human being. It is shows like this that help us
Mm.
stay in this, help them come back to this,
Yes.
because they said that your parents teach you certain things, and children usually like the music that their parents listen to because they're riding in the car with them. So I defend this live human thing, because at some point we've rubbed off on children, we've rubbed off on other people
Yes.
Yeah.
in different ways, and artists like yourself, I'm always going to defend that. I'm always going to push that. I'm always going to push that narrative.
Yeah.
I'm always going to play your music in places. I
That's
DJ,
right.
so I'm going to play your music, and I'm going to push that because I'm creating a certain feel. I'm creating a
Yes.
certain vibe. So
Yeah.
when I play that song, it creates that intrigue, and now they can go, Shazam, what's that? Who is
Right.
that?
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's what the difference is. I have faith. I don't
Good.
just hope. I have faith
Yeah.
that what you're doing will definitely win them over. What you're doing will save people,
Yes.
because
That's right.
just like they're depending on these phones, we can give them a lot of reasons to depend on these phones. And because of what you're doing, I say that that's winning,
I agree.
and
I
it's just a
agree.
matter of time before
Wow.
the masses see it, before
Yeah.
TikTok actually exposes the fact that you reached X amount of young people in this way. And it's also the fact that
Yeah.
you're actually going to go speak with people, you're mentoring them. And it's so enlightening to see someone like yourself as a coach, but then they didn't realize that, wait, you have albums? Wait, you
Right.
did what?
Yeah.
You have music?
Those
You had
those
23
kind of
number one.
things.
What?
That's what they do. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when they realize the kind of greatness that they have around them, that helps them aspire and say, you know
Yes.
what, let me work out to this. Let me warm up to this. Let me do that. It's a big difference.
Right.
So I'm an advocate for believing that, because of people like yourself, we're going to prevail. You know, we're going to beat all of those
Absolutely.
things. It's a phase.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. I do agree with that because I've seen it in my girls. And so you're right. Yeah.
Wow. I have a metaphor behind that. So you remember back in the day, you know, we're telling our age, but where the bell bottoms and all that was a style, and then the era came, and then it was like, I'm not wearing that. I wasn't wearing
Mm-hmm. Did she freeze?
that.
No.
Oh, no. Am I there?
Yep.
You're there.
All right. So like the era back with the bell bottoms and all that. Remember that era?
Yeah.
I'm not wearing that. I'm not wearing the Buddy L's with the three stripes. Now look what's happening today.
It's back. I got me a pair
It's
now.
back. It's back.
It's back. You don't
It's
even have to
back.
throw your stuff out. Just keep it.
Just keep it. Just keep
Yours
it.
is the
So
real
no, so
deal.
that's
Yeah.
the metaphor behind this, you know, what you guys are expressing. You know, the platforms, well, whoever's platforms, whether it's yours, Ny'a, Rick, or whoever, you know, if we continue to keep
But,
building and keep just putting this out here,
yeah.
you like Rick said, it's not going to come, you know, overnight. You know, everybody's like, oh yeah, we're just going to jump on board. But getting the message out there is going to be huge. It's huge.
I
And so
agree.
that's what I love what I do. I mean, that's what I love. And
Keep
phenomenal
doing it.
guests like you on
Right.
this. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. With that being said, any last words for us, Ny'a? Anything to take home to our community fans?
Listen, just, in the world that we live in today, you really do have to appreciate each moment. And I'm not being cliche-ish. I do mean that. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I've been on a funeral parade. I think we've been to like 5 funerals in like 2 weeks. And
Oh, wow.
it's just
Yeah.
been, and it's from
Yeah.
different walks of life, family, friends.
Hmm.
And so you never know when that day is going to be your day. So the things that you're trying to do, don't try to do them. Make a plan, get a game plan, and just go out and start executing on it. We are procrastinators. We're all
Right.
procrastinators of some sort. Oh, I'll do that tomorrow. I feel like I'm tired today. I'm this or that. Yes,
Yeah.
always get the rest, but just do whatever it is God blessed you to do. You have a lot of talents. Probably got 5 or 6 talents in you. You got to pick and choose. Like I told you, you can't do them all. But pick the things that make you happy, that really do feed your soul. Because once you do that, you just be smiling in adversity. They're like, what's she smiling for? Such and such just happened to her. She's like, because I'm going to be all right. Because I'm good. Like, because I got this to fall back on. I'm good. So just don't put off anything. That thing that you wanted to do and you said, oh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't have the money. I don't have this. You got aspirations to do things. Go out and do it. Go get it done. Because it's no time like the present. I promise you.
Wow. Wow. So your husband is on here.
Oh,
Man, major, man, you guys, when I tell you people, just everybody just watching, when I tell you the level of respect that I have for this young lady and her husband, and when you talk about platforms and community and helping others and putting that word out there, you didn't come into like a twilight zone. Like you need to really get on their social medias, on their pages, and just take that knowledge in. And and I just want to give a shout out here to Rick.
yeah.
So with that being said, you don't come across too many people in your life. I talk about Rashad and other different
Yeah.
people, Kenny and all those people. But this young man right here, when you look at a plethora of just honesty, trust, and just knowing, like what it is. He's been in this industry for a long time as well.
Mhm.
I just want to thank you, thank you for just being a person that is there. You're there. Like he just touches and just coming on the platform, just sharing his knowledge with you, Ny'a. It's
Yeah, I appreciate
amazing.
that. Yes, absolutely.
It's
And like
amazing.
I said, we just got to keep churning it out. Like we can't lose faith in
Right.
youth because if we do, that's going to be a problem. So we all going to keep
I
doing what
am
we do.
humbled.
Yeah.
You
I'm
are,
very
and
humbled. I'm very humbled. Thank you so much. And I
you're
want to say
welcome.
this. What I realize about longevity is that there has to be someone to push things forward. There has to be
Yeah.
someone being submissive. There has to be someone being obedient to do things. So let me say this, Miss Ny'a,
Yeah.
there are people, there are things and places that do not want you there. I'm sure you already know that. However, with the things that I've been blessed to do, from being an artist to being an audio engineer for recording, for live sound, owning it, operating it, camera work for film, TV, everything you can think of under entertainment that we do, that we are blessed to do.
Awesome.
For those that tell you no, we are waiting, saying yes. So don't let this be the last time we speak. Don't let this not be
That's right.
a thing of unity. Don't let this not be a thing that we're not claiming and saying in front of the rest of the world that we are here to serve. We know what it takes, but we also know what we are against. So it is like the Hatfield and the McCoys. They might disagree about some things, but they still come together and they
Come
make money
together.
Yes.
toward everybody else. So this
That's
is
right.
that union without the tension. And I'm saying it now humbly. As I am here and I'm grateful to be a part of this, I am saying right now that because of the young lady that has been blessed to do this interview, Katina, I want you to understand that her tutelage, her mentorship, it enthuses me to serve. It enthuses me to give all that I have. And you talk about not waiting, and not doing so. Therefore, that is the reason why I'm blessed and anointed to do what I do. I give, I serve. I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I'm in love with it. And there were some wonderful people that gave me the opportunity so many years ago. So I know my place, and my place is to give any and everyone who is willing, who works hard, who puts in that time, who misses out on television shows, different events that they could have gone to, because they did what? They honed in on their craft, and they did it so much, they did it so well, and all they're trying to do is get a shot. So I say to
That's
you,
right.
you've had that shot, but it's important for you to continue to take those shots. So however it is that we can assist, however it is that we can serve for you, with you, and to you and your husband, please know you have our information and we are here.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Wow.
Wow.
Wonderful. And thank you, Mr. Napoleon, which is Nya'a's husband. I'm going to give a shout out to him because he just put, thank you so much for your platform, Katina.
Yeah.
Your platform is one of the major reasons why things would continue to move in the right direction.
Yes.
We are extremely grateful for you.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for actually joining this show. Wow.
No, I thank you for the connection, and like he said, like we need more of this. That's why more of this, more of that. We need more of this on a consistent basis. And I appreciate you reaching out, and I'm glad that we connected and we're able to.
Me too.
I will never be busy. You know, a lot of people be like, "Oh, I can't do this." I ain't never that busy. Ain't nobody ever that busy. We always got a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we're good. We're good. And I appreciate the both of you. Thank you so much for having me.
Wow. Thank you for being on the show. With that being said, everyone, welcome to Level Up with Katina and with the awesome Ny'a, who has oh my gosh, she's just given us a blessing. And thank you to my co-host Rick for joining us with the most amazing questions and just putting his heart and soul out there. So with that being said, thank you, everyone. And until then, have a blessed day.
Yes, you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.